Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl. How's everybody doing out there? Good morning, good morning, good morning, and Happy New Year. I just finished a segment on Fox 5 here in DC. Thought I would come on and show you some behind the scenes and say Happy New Year. Good morning, my people. Give y'all a second to come in. I got to do more lives on YouTube. I'm not doing enough. I love your YouTube family, and I need to give you more. Give you more. Oh man, let me give y'all a second. Hello, let me know if you're here. Let me know. Whew, it was a great segment. We're just on Fox 5 talking about New Year's foods. And I said, you know what? Let me just jump on and give you a little behind the scenes, kind of show you what's going on here, how we set these things up, because it always looks like, everything is so perfect, and it's not. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to show you all what really happens. So let's just take a peek, right? So here we go. This is the setup. Here's my lights. Yes, you need lots of lights. There's my computer, which is where I was on my Zoom screen. There's everything working. There's my notes to remind myself when I'm talking about if I need to. I usually don't forget, but just in case. And then, y'all, the real deal. This is what it really looks like behind the scenes. Okay, when you're seriously doing this stuff, this is how it is. People always say like, oh, your kitchen's so nice, your counters, right? So let me give you a look here. This is how the counters look when we're doing videos and everything. This is the set you see. And you think, wow, there's nothing on your counters. Well, that's because it's all over here on the table. This is a house that we live in with our children, okay? One adult child, so I guess one adult and two children. Oldest son is 26. And then the other two are 12 and 8. So it's a real house. Yeah, my house is my studio, which means there are things around it all the time and people all the time. And it's not perfect any of the time. But I just thought I would kind of come on and show you guys what it looks like and just kind of talk about these foods. Let me see if I can see your comments. Hold on. Because feel free to comment with me. I'm new on this. Well, I'm not new on it, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, welcome to live chat. I can't see. Pray for me. So what I made, I'm going to talk to you about it. So here we go. I did some black-eyed peas, right? And it was like, oh, okay, what happens with the black-eyed peas? And because we always have, you say black-eyed peas and collard greens are New Year's foods, right? Look at that. You see that? That is what I'm talking about. So here's the key. When you're making your black-eyed peas, you want to cook them nice and slow. When you get them to a boil, put the top on, turn it down, and just let them simmer and do what they do, okay? Because if you don't, if you go too fast or like you just try to, quickly cook them, they'll mush up. And then you'll have black-eyed pea puree. But when you take your time and cook them slow like that, you get soft black-eyed peas that are not mushy, okay? See that? That looks good. And I cooked them in a ham hock. I'm going to give y'all the meaning of all these in a second in case you didn't see the segment. But see there, look. See that good ham hock? And what I want you to notice with this ham hock is it's starting to fall apart. Hold on, y'all, I'm trying to talk and show you food. Okay, I see the comment. So you see this? That ham hock is starting to fall apart. That is what's doing the most of the seasoning of this pot. I've also put in there some shallots, the kinder, gentler cousin to onions. They're not so strong, you know what I mean? Because they can... onions sometimes can be strong. I love them, though. But anyway, shallots are really nice, and they give just a beautiful kiss of flavor. And I also put some cayenne in there, a little bit to give it a little kick. And, hold on. When you take the black-eyed peas and you cook it in pork with rice, it becomes Hoppin' John. Exactly. And, all these things have significance. Okay, so, ready? I'm going to give you significance. You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. Black-eyed peas. Check us out. These are just some uncooked black-eyed peas. These represent coins. The little black eye in there represent coins, okay? And we all want to get our coins up. Hey! Okay. Rice represents the expansion of wealth. And we want our wealth to expand. Greens, as in collard greens, represent greens as in bills, dollar bills. So we want to expand our wealth, our coins and our dollar bills. Now, this is my favorite part, the pork, okay? See here, this is a ham hock and some bacon. And I'm just showing you that because you can really cook this with any kind of pork you want. You can do a ham steak. You can use salt pork. You can use pickled pork. I mean, pork is pork. Use any of it. But this is my favorite part. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn around. Why pork? You ready? Think about this. Did you know pigs don't go backwards? Think about it. You never seen a pig look over his shoulder? I know. I didn't think of that. And then I was like, you know, it's true. So, put it all together. What we got? Woo! Thank you! My first super chat supporter of the new year. Thank you! Oh my God! Won't he do it, y'all? Let me tell you something. The God I serve is real. He's real. Woo! Thank you. Okay. There's my coins and my dollars. Thank you. I appreciate you tremendously. Tremendously, I appreciate you. Thank you. That's a blessing. Y'all don't understand. Yes, money. Pigs go forward. That's right, Vicky. Pigs move forward. You ain't never seen a pig doing that right there. You haven't. Okay, now I'm going to give y'all another bonus over here that I didn't say in other... Oh, thank you, Yolanda. Won't he... Look at the Lord. Woo! Thank you. Woo! Listen, I'm thankful. I'm a thankful person. I'm going to tell y'all something else I learned, though. You don't supposed to... Okay, this is the stuff. You don't supposed to eat lobster or chicken for New Year's. Let me tell you why. Because lobsters crawl backwards. And we're not looking back. And the same with chickens. They go backward. We're not going back. We're not going back. I won't go back. Can't go back to the way it used to be. Y'all remember that song from a few years ago? But it's the truth. We're not going back. We are not going back. So we're going to eat our black-eyed peas, representing our increase in coins. All right. And we're going to have our collard greens, our increase in dollars, and all of it with rice, the expansion of wealth, and pork. Because pigs don't go back and they don't look over their shoulder. They press forward to the mark for the prize. Y'all ain't know I knew the word like that, did you? I do. Okay, hold on. Let's get in these greens now. Let's get in these greens. Look at it. Ooh. Now, I'm going to show you what's cool about these greens. 2 words. Pot liquor. You see that little juice right there? Let me get a good spoon here. Y'all see this? You see that? That's called pot liquor, okay? There is healing in that. I'm not playing. There's healing in pot liquor. You want this. Don't get rid of this, okay? So when you serve up your greens and whatnot, I usually do it with this, okay? See, like that? And that's okay. You do it like that. But then you go back and get that pot liquor, okay? Because I'm telling you, you get that with some cornbread. You need cornbread. There go the cornbread right there. My mama said that corn, y'all know Mama VJ, right? My mom, Mama VJ. She said that the cornbread represents gold because corn is gold, you know. And that actually makes sense to me. I said, you just got to have cornbread with collard greens. My grandmama said you eat collard greens and cornbread together. And if my grandmama said it, it's the truth. And that's all there is to it. But I'm down with Mama's gold, too. So we got coins, gold, dollar bills, expansion of wealth, and we ain't going back. Ha! Won't he do it? Turn and touch your neighbor and say, won't he do it? Tell Lord, thank you. Won't he do it? Touch your neighbor. Oh, Vicky, thank you. You love my channel. I love being here with you guys. I'm going to show you guys something else that's really cool. Okay, so I showed you the reel, right? Okay, hold on. This is real, okay? But I want to show y'all something. Look at this. Shredded greens in the bag. And I know you're thinking, Lori, no, you didn't. Okay, well, I'm going to explain to you. On the reel, day in, day out, let's just be honest here. Who feels like standing up, cutting up 5-10 pounds of greens? Exactly. I don't either. So sometimes you just got a hankering. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, Lord, I want some greens. You go to the store. Now, here in the DMV, Giant has them, and my friend told me Walmart has them too. You want the shredded greens in the bag. So a lot of them will sell shredded greens or they'll sell cut greens. Don't buy those cut greens. Something about those just not right. I don't know what it is, but not right. But the shredded ones are better. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you though. You're gonna lose about a third to half the bag with stems. So when you clean and cut your own greens, you take the stems out, right? When you get them in the bag, they don't take the stems out. So what you end up having to do is go through there, and sometimes there's like big old stems. You got to take those big stems out. Even with your best efforts, however, you still will have a few stems, okay? The stems are edible. So this is probably the biggest stem that got left in there because most of them I took out. But if I find a big one like that, I just take it out and set it aside. See, I'm just done. The stems are edible. They can just be a little bitter, but not really, just a little bit. So you just have to kind of, you just have to decide how much it means to you. You know what I mean? Now, if it's Thanksgiving or a special day or something that means anything, I'm going with the green leaf. I'm going to cut this stem out. First thing I'm going to do is cut that stem out, right? Like, hold on. You see this? This is a good green leaf, right? I will cut the stem from here, cut along here, and cut along here. Cut the whole stem out, and then wash the greens really good. I use salt and cold water to clean my greens. Some people use vinegar as well. There's a lot of different things you can use. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? But you want to really get your greens nice and clean. Take the stems out, roll them up real tight, and cut them. That's what I do when I'm really, making greens. But honestly, when you have a segment at 9 something in the morning on New Year's Day, and you were up a little bit last night, you get a bag. But now what I want y'all to promise me you won't do, what we will not tolerate, is no canned greens. You can't. Something about it don't. But you know what? Let me back up. That's not right. Well, I mean, it's right, but it's not. If that's what you have, make it and enjoy it. Try not to make that be what you have, though. Fair? In order of preference, fresh greens, bagged, shredded greens, frozen greens, no greens, canned greens. Fair? Does that make sense to y'all? Makes sense to me. But I went with the bag today because I was tired, y'all. I was up last night a little bit, for New Year's Eve and everything, but I couldn't stay up real late. At my age, if you fool around, stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning, talking about you partying, we out here and everything, all that, it's going to take you about 4 days. 5 days. It's Friday. So it'd be Wednesday before I'm right again. Thank you, Patricia. Bless you too. It would be Wednesday before I was right again if I tried to stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning talking about I'm not partying because it's New Year's and all that. Nah, shorty. You reach a point where you got to be like, Happy New Year, good night. I'm at that age. And I'm still tired. You know what I'm going to do when I finish this? You hear me? Hey, Shayna. I'm going to go upstairs, take all my makeup off, take off my cute New Year's shirt, put on my sweats, get under my blanket on my sofa, put on a movie, and let the movie watch me. Because I'm going to sleep. I am tired. That's what my daddy used to say. Tired. Ooh, Vicky, you went to bed at 9, girl. You missed the whole thing. I was up sort of. We were watching a movie, and I went to sleep. We were watching Wonder Woman 1984. My husband and I and the 3 kids. And it was moving slow in the beginning for me. And I just was like, you know what? I have to get up in the morning anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get me a little nap. And I laid back, and I went to sleep. I turned over in the seat and went to sleep. And then my husband woke me up, thank the Lord. He woke everybody, well, me up. They were all up watching it. We stopped the movie at 5 till, got our toast ready, counted down, then finished the movie. But y'all, sister was tired. But I did count down and then Got everything ready, went to bed. But anyway, for those of you who just got on, I was just showing behind the scenes real quick. We were talking about the meaning of some of these good luck or these traditional foods for New Year's that we eat, kind of what it means and where it came from. You know, where it came from is kind of vague. Vague meaning there's all sorts of, you know, every tradition has a whole bunch of stories to it. You know what I mean? There's some stories that even give it West African roots to the black eyed peas. Okay, so there's all kinds of, you know what I'm saying? It's just all kinds of things there. But the one we're using and sticking with is coins for black eyed peas, dollars for the collard greens, rice represents the expansion of wealth, and you use pork to cook it all in because hogs don't look back, they only look ahead. And that just sums it all up. And did I tell y'all about the cornbread? I don't know if I did. My mama said that the corn represents gold. I'm down with that. I just think you have to have cornbread if you have greens. But either way. And that's why we do it. That's why we eat it. And you know what? I have a good feeling about 2021, but it's different. You know, every year we all say, "Oh, I have a good feeling this is gonna be my year." This is we said, some folks said that about 2020. We did, and it was different. But you know what? 2020 was a blessing. We learned some stuff in 2020 that we would have not learned any other way. We learned some things about ourselves. We learned some things about people. We learned some things about the world we live in. Our eyes came open. Remember, we were all saying, we're going to have 2020 vision. The Lord said 2020 vision. God showed me clear vision. You saw some stuff. You did. It wasn't how you thought. You thought you were going to clearly see like, oh, this is what I'm. No, it was definitely 2020 vision. We saw some things. And I think that actually made it a good year. Sometimes extreme things have to happen for us to really stop and notice them. Because think about it. Do we really change? Hold on, what she said? Wonderful. Hey, wonderful. Exactly the way you've heard the tradition. Okay, good. Well, I feel good. Have to have the cornbread. Y'all are funny. I'm talking about the years and all that stuff. Y'all talking about, shoot, girl. Talking about that cornbread. My daughter used to say cornbread when she was a little girl. The cornbread and greens. Grandmama told me you mash up the cornbread in the greens and eat it together. And I think she was right. I miss her. I so miss her. She would, oh man, she could cut up on some greens. Now you can get mustards and turnips in the bags too, or kale. I don't mind kale in salads, and I don't mind kale in smoothies, but I don't really like eating kale like it's supposed to be greens because it feels disrespectful to me, to the real greens. You know what I'm saying? I feel like kale has its place, and I respect it in its place, and collards have their place, and I expect the kale to respect the collards and leave them in their place. You know what I mean? It's good like that mix. They are. Okay, so here's the thing. When I was little, my grandma used to make mixed greens, you know, turnips and mustards and collards and stuff like that. And sometimes she would just make collards and sometimes just turnips or just mustard. But I didn't know why I didn't like her greens sometimes. I liked it when she made, some of them were just like delicious to me, and then some I didn't like so much. And I found out what it was. The ones that I loved were the collards. The ones I wasn't crazy about were usually the turnips. I never liked turnip greens. So even when she did a mix, I could taste the turnip greens and I just didn't like them. And yes, I cooked them with onions. Oh, no, I don't. I put onion powder in them. I do actually in the black eyed peas, though, I cut up some shallots. And I put shallots in my black eyed peas. I love shallots and black eyed peas as opposed to onions. I love onions, sweet onions, yellow onions. I love them. But for some reason, when I'm making black eyed peas, shallots it's a very subtle difference in the taste and the flavor. I always say shallots are the kinder, gentler cousin of onions. But I like the way, I think, how would I describe it? There's a beautiful subtlety to the flavor of a shallot that plays very well with the black eyed peas, and it lets the black eyed peas flavor come through, which is hard to do because the black eyed pea has a flavor, but its flavor is that it doesn't have a flavor, but you know it's a black eyed pea because it tastes like a black eyed pea, but it doesn't taste like anything. But it tastes like a black eyed pea. Shallots really accentuate that and give it a wonderful way to come out without taking away from the vegetable. Sometimes the things you put with it to help it, your aromatics like your garlic or your herbs, sometimes you can take away from the vegetable and what the vegetable or the legume in this case is trying to do. But I find that specifically with black-eyed peas, shallots are just a wonderful partner. You should try it. Try it. Shallots don't work in everything. They work in a lot of things, but and when I'm cooking stuff like, vegetables and I'm adding garlic and onions, I usually just add garlic and onions, but in the black-eyed peas, shallots. And I'll make a choice specifically to stop and say, no, I want shallots for that. So that's just one of my little tips, but do you, however you like it, however you and your people like it, you enjoy it. That's what matters the most. But I'm telling y'all, if you get those bagged greens, you're going to lose about half a bag. So buy more than you need. But if you can stand it, and you see how it's got little bits of fat floating on there, in there? That's good. Don't take that out. People talk about, oh, it's too much fat, it's too much fat. No, get that negativity out of your life. That's what you need. Fat is flavor. And what I do is I cook the bacon first. I cook about 1 pound, 2 pounds of bacon. Leave every last piece of fat in that pot. Add you some garlic to it and put your greens in and toss your greens around, kind of saute them as they get till they get nice and bright green. Then add your chicken broth and cook them down low. That's all you got to do. You'll have pot liquor and good greens. They are delicious. Hey, Tara. So I'm telling y'all, that's the way to go. All right, so I just wanted y'all to see behind the scenes because I know everybody's like, oh, this is so neat how you do it, but just, I'll give y'all one more look. Lights up. Yeah, it's a real studio. Our kitchen is a studio. And, well, this wasn't here during that. I was just showing y'all a demonstration. I'm not going to cook with these. These are just, those are demonstration greens. But, yeah, this is how it looks all nice on the set. And then you see the back of the backsplash and everything. It looks all pretty. But the real... That's what's really going on in my kitchen. That's the realness right there. And where's everything that goes on counters? Over there on the table. So, hey, real is real. I can't be nothing but me. I love y'all so much. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for letting me in your homes and in your space this morning. I hope you all have a wonderful year. Yes, Tara, real life. Real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, yeah. But you know, if you take nothing away, just remember this. I have never seen a pig go backwards or look over his shoulder. I love y'all so much. All right. We'll be doing more. I'll see y'all real soon. Tune in. Stay tuned. Thanks for participating in the giveaway. We did have a winner. We've sent the prize to them. There will be another giveaway really soon. And the giveaways are for the YouTube community. Hello. YouTube community. Hello. All right. We love you too, Jerry. Thank you so much. Be safe, everybody. Stay safe. Don't get too lax and go out there and mess around and get that Cora. She ain't playing. She ain't taking no prisoners either. I love y'all, and I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful day. Happy New Year.